silly, lovable, sometimes risque, The Great British Bake Off and Alison Hammond appeared a match made in heaven ahead of its new look 14th season. But unfortunately for Alison, the chief concern for the show's producers is to avoid causing offence by axing national theme weeks. Now, that's after the Mexican special last year caused a stir, as some viewers of PC Channel 4 said these gags from Fielding and his former sidekick Matt Lucas were racist. Watch.
Hello, Noel. Are you excited for Mexican week?
I'm really excited, although I don't feel like we should make Mexican jokes because people will get upset.
Oh, no Mexican jokes at all?
I don't think so.
What, not even one?
Not even one. So is Mexico a real place?
I think so.
What?
I think it's like Xanadu.
Like Oz?
Yeah, like Cleethorpes.
Now, reflecting on that episode to the Lefty Guardian, executive producer Karen Smith said, "I hold my hands up to the theme weeks. We don't want to offend anyone. But the world has changed and the joke fell flat. We're not doing any national themes this year." So the woke mob win again by erasing something clearly completely inoffensive. Joining me now, the restaurateur and celebrity chef Antony Worrall Thompson. Antony, great to have you. Do you agree with me that this decision by Channel 4 is just ridiculous? Because if this is where you start going, saying you can't have theme weeks on the Great British Bake Off, what are we saying? That we can't make foreign dishes soon? That we can't go to restaurants, maybe an Indian restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, a Mexican restaurant that isn't owned by an Indian, a Chinese, a Mexican person? I mean, where does this end?
It's complete nonsense. I mean, it's, as William Shakespeare would say, it's much ado about nothing. I mean, I can't believe the small minority who don't like these programmes don't have an on-off button on their televisions. They can't just turn it off. The majority of people enjoy the programme. You know, you've got Prue Leith, she's a cheeky little one, Holly-haired, he's a bit serious, but it's a light-hearted show. They like to have a bit of fun. Some of the jokes are pretty average, I have to say, but who cares? You know, it's a food programme with a bit of fun.
Well, indeed. And aren't we just paying tribute to other cultures, Antony, by making cakes from that country? I mean, we don't try and stop people in Mexico making eaten messes.
Absolutely. I'm sure they do it very badly. But I do think chefs need to be... I mean, Jamie Oliver got in trouble a few years ago when he did some sort of cultural, you know, tried to say something was authentic. All chefs have got to say is, this isn't my interpretation of, say, a Thai green curry or whatever. Don't say it's the genuine thing. Say this is, all food can be improved. And I don't believe that our food industry would be anything without chefs always trying to improve things. You know, as long as the food tastes good, does it really matter if we stick to the rules?
And isn't the whole idea, Antony, I mean, you tell me, because you're one of our top chefs, but isn't the whole idea that you borrow from lots of different cultures and that we learn from the Japanese or the Mexicans, and actually there's nothing wrong with that? Totally.
I mean, I nick things. I don't borrow them. I nick things all the time.
You just admit it. I love it. but Antony, you'll be accused of cultural appropriation probably in this day and age.
I mean, I've got 8,000 cookbooks, and I search through these cookbooks for ideas, and I nick a little bit here, a little bit there, and I think when I practice the food, play with the food, I think I've made that a little bit better. You know, that's what chefs do. Decent chefs want to play with food and come out with a better result. But I mean, as far as this programme is concerned, it's so pathetic that the minority have such loud voices.
You're right, that's the issue, isn't it? If you give in to the vocal minority, actually, it's everyday viewers who are going to be annoyed because they loved the theme weeks. They thought it was great having a cultural week. And I remember growing up at school, we always had cultural weeks where you would bring food from a particular culture, you'd try out making a dish like that. And I feel like the world has completely lost the plot when that is considered offensive. But it feels like that's where we're at, and we've got to fight back against it, don't we?
I mean, the world's gone absolutely mad, PC mad. I mean, I'm an old enough person to say, I don't give a monkeys, you know. I'm going to say what I want to say, you know, and it offends people. I didn't mean to offend them. The programme didn't mean to offend anybody. They were just having some light-hearted fun. And surely that's what entertainment's all about.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's the least offensive programme in the world. And these idiots, the permanently offended, still managed to get offended by it. You couldn't make it up. So great to speak to you. That is the chef and restaurateur, Antony Worrall Thompson.